Hello friends, and welcome to the Python programming tutorial by Sandeep Patil. Today we are going to learn how to create a numbers pyramid pattern in Python. The structure of the pyramid looks something like this. If we divide the structure for simplicity, we will get three substructures out of it. The first one is the upper left pattern of zeros. In the current example, I have assumed that user have entered 5. So we are going to get 5 rows where the first row will have 4 rows, 4 zeros, and the last row will have no zeros. Considering that there are 4 rows and first row contains 4 zeros, second row contains 3 zeros, third row contains 2 zeros, and fourth row contains 1 zero. The logic to build this triangle will be something like having a for loop which iterate through between the range 1 to the value entered by the user. Here I'm saying the value entered by the user since in Python the range iterate from the start value to the one value less than the actual value entered. So in this case it will loop from 1, 2, 3, 4. Hence there are 4 zeros in the first row. We will get to know more on this once we dive into the programming part of it. The central part of the pattern is the pyramid of the numbers, which is something like this. And the last part is similar to the first part, but it's exactly the mirror image of that. Now, for simplicity, we can divide this central pyramid pattern of numbers into two parts, as like this: the first triangle and the remaining second triangle of it. So, these two, if combined together, will form this pyramid. Now, let's dive into programming and understand some logic behind this. For this, I'm using Google Colab, which is a fantastic editor to execute Python programs. So, I have already created a program for that. Let me copy and paste it there and then explain it bit by bit. So, the first line takes the input from the user. Since in Python 3, whatever value is entered by the user is a string value, we need to convert it into an integer. Hence I have converted into integer. I'm also assigning the same value to an new variable called b here. We will come to know why it is like that. The first parent for loop iterates from 1 to a plus 1. As I already explained you, the range iterate from the initial value mentioned to one value less than whatever its range is. So here, if I want to iterate till 5, that is a, I need to add 1 to it. So my loop will run from 1 to 5 and not 1 to 4. Now, a very good example here is, see, I am assigning b the value of a. So since I want only numbers zeros in the first row from 0 0 0 0, that is 4 zeros, so my loop will run from 1 to 1 less than 5, that is 4, and print zeros, 4 zeros. Then my second loop, let me first show you that how that executes. I've entered 5 here, Now you can see the output. The first loop is for rows, the second loop is for zeros. Now let's understand the second loop. The second loop is to draw the second part of the pyramid. That is this triangle. That is 1, then 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5, likewise till the fifth row. For this, I have used from I to 2 star I. So if you see the pattern, you will see that it is the first row should contain only one, the integer value, which is the tip of the pyramid. So here, if you see this, the value of I here is 1. 1 into 2 is 2, and the loop will run from 1 to 1, that 1 to 2 or 1 to 1, 1 less than the 2. So k will be printed, and that will be exited, that loop will be exited. The third loop is to write down the remaining integers, that is this pyramid, this triangle, sorry, remaining integers. Since in the first row we don't have any remaining integer, it will be all zeros after 1. So that loop will never be executed for the first iteration of the parent loop. And then the last loop, which will print the remaining zeros, that is this one. So let's execute this program, and you can see the output here. Thanks for watching. Do like, subscribe to my channel for more videos on Python programming. Thanks.